And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be carrying on the main story in Final Fantasy XIV's expansion, Endwalker. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, we are here in the Sea of Stars at 1531, and we need to talk to the Watcher. So, the quest is called In Shadow's Wake. So, the Watcher would discuss grave matters with you. So, before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds is in order. I have a more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sense others arriving not long ago. Though my communions with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know that these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. Oh. Well, let's catch up with the gang. Okay, we caught up with the gang, so let's talk to Y'shtola. So, thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the Tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured, and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mistress Kryl have also been delivered onto their care. Serving as a conduit for Heidelin's power have taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphinaud and Elise, they insisted on remaining in Gala mode, while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion. But what manner of conclusion, if I might ask, and if this is the allies whom Heidelin bade you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Amarot. Not like perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Heidelin together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiac, or over it was my duty. And Zodiac is no more. Yeah, he's a big doo-doo head, and I swamped him. And he went kaboom. And not without consequence, I am afraid, for now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. If you mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of... Are you alright? My attempts to forestall Zodiac's release have all but exhausted my strength. He needs more vitamin T. You know, vitamin Tall. Ha! If you might allow me to rest a short while, I shall share with you all I can. I know I tell the best jokes. So please do. You need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you'd review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor? I shall leave that to you, Mithrie, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. More reading, yeah, how exciting. I mean, learning is power. The music just abruptly stops. Okay, so let's go up, and then let's see what books or whatever that we need to read. Okay. So it shouldn't take too long for us to get there, while the rest of the crew are just lingering, looking at crystals. Okay. A dimly glowing crystal. So as you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiac flows through your mind. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. ... These appear to be the records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiac's imprisonment. Interesting. Okay, so now let's go down the floor. So, faintly glowing crystal. So, as you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flows through your mind. The records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiac's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiac's imprisonment appears to tax Hydaelyn greatly. Okay, so we need to go down here again. So this is a warmly glowing crystal. But as you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flows through your mind. The records describe the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event Zodiac broke free from his prison. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly with the Lolo Writs, though it is not clear who or what they are. Okay, brightly glowing crystal. As you gaze into the crystal, a record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. The records note the Watcher's musings when Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. It's clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize that we would never dare bring them to Zodiac so long as he remains in prison. Alright, so now let's go speak to Y'shtola. So did you learn anything of import? Vitamin T exist? So, it is as we expected. Maintaining the brands requires a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Hydaelyn. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Surely Hydaelyn's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. So I thank you for affording me this short reprieve.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before, and comes now again.
Well, long ago, before the Great Sunderings, there was but a single world, FFXIV. But one day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. But we were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to of thoughts of hopelessness and despair. Now, at first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
But they were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where next the corruption would manifest. The etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. The currents which course through the land and seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of a celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
But nor what I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. A correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of aether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness. of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely. With the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. But they understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence, until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days. He would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. But Hydaelyn recognized this as well, so rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiac herself and the star into lesser reflections, that she might confine him in this place. I just warned that she besieged me to banish the darkness. Then what she told me in the ethereal sea was false? He perhaps did, but as with all beings, intent is not always in accord with spoken word. Yeah, action and intentions are two different things. But Hydaelyn and Zodiac are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. But Zodiac was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half of Aetheris's population. See, Thanos? Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still, more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen, and offered her blessings to those who heeded her call. though it was likely within her power to do so. I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetheris and her history. So, like Zodiac, Heidelin's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look to the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Heidelin is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature, I don't know what that word means, is more fitting than you know. Bring ruin to the source and its reflections will share in its fate. It is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. Yeah, the way they speak can be a bit tedious sometimes. Beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Heidelin knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiac and his faithful at bay. But she feared the worst, and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. So the moon... I didn't even read that. It just disappeared on its own. I think they said the moon is a safe harbor and can be a vessel to transport people. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, should be happy to take you to them. And fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. Oh, it's complete. Okay, so let's carry on. The next quest is called Helping Hands. So at long last, the Watcher is ready to fulfill his final duty. The time is come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mea Lamentorum, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let's call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. That the flying dog. As Eidolon created me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as a guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of Aether has affected him. Let's make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you'll find your way. So, if he labours in service to Eidolon's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand then? Alright, let's go. Okay, we caught up with the Watcher, so let's talk to him. So, the place we seek is just ahead at the Chlorophos Grot. You see, Argos cannot make manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient aether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Okay, do we have to go far? Not really, okay. Go inside the cavern and then let's see. There's some monsters there. I guess for now we'll avoid them. Alrighty. Let's just reset the mobs. Okay. Then let's go talk to the Watcher. I nearly said the Witcher. So, yes. Here will do nicely. The Luna Spongu draw aether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the Spongoi along? Sure. I guess I have to imbue these things with aether. So Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Heidelин's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you, it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. Like, no, Argus was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when the last time he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. As for your companions... Oh, cool. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Then let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. Alright. So... how far do we need to go? Alright, let's catch up again with the Watcher. Okay, we caught up to the Watcher. Let's talk to him. So your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb on Argos's back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiac's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but no, I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Cool. So our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side. So perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose the two of us cross first, while Thancred and Yurionshi wait here. Okay, let's cross then. Onward. A Aether yet permeates from the crater. Remnants of Zodiac most like. Okay, here we go. But coming in manually would have been annoying, basically, if we're going to fly. So this structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amorite. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... Oh. That's intriguing. A means by which he conserveth energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. Stay here where it's safe, alright? If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. Alright. So let's go now and talk to Thancred. Oh wow. So yeah. By the way, here's a massive like hallway. Yeah, this expansion is a lot more grand than Shadowbringers, that's for sure.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Oh, this I wasn't expecting. Look, it's me.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Etheris to safety! Our time has come, my friends!
I was not expecting this at all.
We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate, and don't forget to relay our signal to Etheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Yeah. That's my face in real life.
'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Cool, that's complete. So, anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie. Bye guys.